We went to the Chiquita Canyon Landfill public hearing in front of the County Regional Planning Commission. It was held on the 1st of March at Pico Canyon, Rancho Pico Junior High School. There was approximately 400 people showed up for this hearing. There was standing room only, probably 100 people were standing up. It was for the Planning Commission to hear about the proposed expansion of the Chiquita Canyon Landfill, which they want to double the size of Chiquita Canyon Landfill, which would greatly impact the community of Valverde, and it will become the largest landfill in the United States. It turned out to be a 3-hour and 45-minute meeting. There was well over 50 speakers, probably closer to 60 speakers. They had 50 speakers left when they closed the meeting. So they're continuing the meeting April 18th. April 18th, they're having a continuation of this meeting, but it will be in downtown Los Angeles at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's a Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. They're talking about having set up a satellite thing in the area where people can just go to and I'm not even sure where it's at. It's going to be Stevenson Ranch Library, and so people can interact with them downtown. So you don't have to go to downtown; you can go to Stevenson Ranch Library. Excuse me. At the end of the meeting, during the meeting, there was testimony, like I say, from approximately 70 people. There was the pros and there was the cons. I kept track just on my agenda just to see who was for it and who was against it. And it was quite amazing. There was about 30 people that were for it, and most of them were businessmen, businesses, business organizations, some nonprofits, and everything else. There was a common denominator between every one of those that were for it, was that it was the money. Chiquita Canyon has been very generous with nonprofits, with elected officials, with community organizations and stuff. They've spread the money around quite generously in the city of Santa Clarita and their surrounding areas. Everybody that has received some of that was all for this project. And then one gentleman that turned it political, where he sent out a letter to business members, business owners, and people of the Republican Party, stating that they need to be there to fight the Democrats because the Democrats were totally against this expansion.
His name is Joe Messina.
Oh.
Our district school board member.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever not.
Anyway, these folks that were for it, everybody had a green T-shirt on. It said they support the Chiquita Canyon landfill and a hat. But what we heard later on in the evening was, after the meeting was over with, they collected all the T-shirts and the hats. Nobody got to keep their T-shirt and hat. There was some people. There was some, blue-collar working people that were there that were in support of the landfill. They all turned out to be employees. So, like I said, if you weren't a nonprofit, you weren't a business, and you were just an everyday Joe, you worked there. And so everybody that was for it had some kind of money concern. There was 40 to 50 people against it. The people from Valverde that had health problems. They've got proof that there's been violations up there. For the Bermite thing, I know Bermite has sent contaminated dirt from Bermite to Chiquita. They sent, the last time was about 6 months ago, they sent a huge load of metal contaminated dirts. There's nothing they could do. They sent the metal to Chiquita, so I do know that. And they've also, and I asked them, how many times have they sent? And they've sent several loads from Burmite to Chiquita. Anyway, the continuation of this hearing will be April 18th. It was quite enlightening to hear it. They did a very good job of running it. They kept it as civil as they possibly could. As you know, about a year or so ago, we did take a vote here at the Canyon Country Advisory Committee about that we opposed the Chiquita, to the landfill. If that well, a couple of the numbers. They stated that if they increase the size of this landfill, it will increase the truck traffic on I-5 by 590 truck trips a day. 594, I believe it is. Well, I did some quick math, and over it's going to be open 24 hours. That's 25 trucks an hour. That's basically one extra truck every 2.5 minutes on I-5. So I-5 is basically a parking lot now. I mean, you've got 2 lanes of just truck traffic already, and you're going to add 594 more trucks to I-5 each day. They wanted to try and tell everybody that Santa Clarita was generating the bulk of the trash, which was not true. It's just a minority. I know the city of Santa Clarita asked for any city trash if they could get a cut rate for dumping the city trash in Chiquita, and Chiquita said no. Most of the bulk of the trash that's supposed to go to Chiquita will be coming from the county of Los Angeles, and also even Orange County. They've had some come as far away as down San Diego, almost, and I've heard Tijuana also. Anyway, so the Planning Commission when they adjourned the meeting, the Planning Commission actually were starting to ask some questions and said they had many questions to ask, and they wanted to hear the rest of the speakers. There's still, was it 50? 50 speakers they still had to listen to, so there's still 50 more testimony, people that want to testify. So they were asking a lot of questions, so it was favorable to listen to them, but we'll just have to hold our breath and see. So anyway, April 18th is the meeting. If you go to Stevens, you don't want to go downtown, you can go to Stevenson Ranch Library. 19th? April 19th. So that's a Wednesday? I believe it's a Wednesday. Anyway, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. If you don't think it's going to affect us here in Canyon Country, wait until the winds blow from the west and the smell starts generating all the way. It could eventually come this direction. So that's my report, and I'm sticking to it. And Elaine?
Yeah, for the people who are concerned about the health issues, I've called so many numbers, and the county and the county supervisor, Catherine Barger's office, is trying to deny that there are any problems. But in fact, there are. There's only one doctor who you cannot even get through, and they won't take any more messages. But there are a lot of diseases coming through and a lot of cancers. And the problem is a lot of it's not going to show up, especially in younger people, until later.
Well, there is a lot of, they deny everything, of course.
Yeah.
But these people are, Stephen and all are living it daily. So I encourage everybody to try to go to this meeting. I'm against it. I don't know. I've never received any money from Chiquita Canyon Country Advisory Committee. Hasn't received any money from Chiquita Canyon. And like I say, that was the common denominator, everybody that was for it. Michelle?
Can you just review quickly what is, how much of expansion is it? How much is expanding?
12,000 tons a day.
From 6,000. Okay.
Not to include, they're allowed to take like another 12,000 a day that's not on the books. That was passed years ago. So they actually get to take extra.
It actually, the landfill had a conditional use permit to cease operation at 24 million tons? 23 million tons, or 2019, whichever came first. They passed 23 million tons in June of last year, and they've continued on, and now they want to double the size of it. They did have a contract with Valverde and all that to cease operation. Now they want to do it. One of the things, the county does receive tipping fees from the landfill, and with double in size, the tipping fees definitely will double also. And so you're talking a lot of money that way also.
It'd be 1.5 million a month.
Anyway, that's it. Al, it's your show now.